were setting really good screens for me there in the middle, and just making the read, just taking what the defense was giving me. I mean, they, were having a hard time with the mid pick, and, the driving lane was just wide open for me. And I think the fact that we have shooters on our team really exploited their defense tonight.
DT, obviously with Skylar out, you took more of a facilitator role. You've been facilitating already all year. How do you feel like you've grown as a facilitator over the course of the year?
I think that just comes with playing for a long time. Every game's different. You can't come in with a fixed mindset of this is what I'm going to do tonight, no matter what. Every game's different. Every opponent's different. Every situation's different. So, at this point, early in the season, we're just really growing as a team. And, sometimes it might feel like we're a long ways away. And there are other times where we feel like we're really close. So, Tommy and I were just talking about it in the locker room. Both our teams made the finals last year, but there were times when it wasn't pretty. These are the times that you really, bond and you stay together through these tough games. And, Dallas played really well tonight. I mean, they're a good team. But I think tonight we grew a little bit, and, it's unfortunate we didn't get the win.
Offensively, it's like the first half, there was really changes after that. A little bit. You guys kept on making runs, kept on making shots. How was that? How was that offensively not making it? How was that not making it?
It's frustrating. And, it happens in this league. There's a lot of talented players where they make big shots, and, we tried everything. I think, we all got a crack at her, multiple people, and that's what makes teams really good, right? Multiple scores, multiple people that can make plays. And, they did that tonight a little bit more often than we did.
And it looks like in the first half, you guys controlled the paint. I believe you guys outscored them 30. Second half changed a little bit. You guys relied a little bit more, relied on jump shooting. Do you think that going into the next matchup, you're going to go more in the paint and not relying on 3-pointers as much?
No, I think we're going to play what the defense gives us. Like I said, you can't go in with a fixed mindset. I think you can have some focus on certain things. And, I think once we find that healthy balance, we'll be much better as a group.
Obviously, Enrique does so many things well. What impresses you most about her game?
I mean, look, takes tough shots, makes tough shots. I mean, she's done that her whole career, and she plays with a certain freedom that, as a player kind of unlocks those things. And, she's one of the best players in our league and in the world. And, she had a great night.
Diana, hey, so pleasure to meet you.
Hey.
I want to ask about the little exchange you had between you and forward Marina and Mercury.
Yeah.
Was there any significance of that?
Yeah, that goes back to Notre Dame versus Connecticut. I think you're too young for that, though. No, it's just two people getting into it. She's a competitor. We all are. We see each other's faces a lot, and after the game, we dap up and we move on.
And to expand upon that, I mean, there's a different type of energy after that. How will the team be able to use that energy just going forward?
I mean, we just want to continue to build, right? Like Dee said, we've had some moments where we've felt pretty close, to being where we want to be. And, some moments where, we realize what we still have to work on. So, the road, the challenges that you will meet on the road will be a good test for us. And, just want to continue to build.
And with a new group, no matter how many returning players you have or you don't, there's always this inner competitive spirit that a group has to find, and we're finding that little by little. So we're gonna keep coming out here and keep going at it. Yeah, I think someone called me a 40-year-old today, and I was like, 39. Thank you. I think it was a Notre Dame player.
Nygaard spoke about the sickness going around this team, and how has the sickness and the travel conditions affected this team through the early stages of the season?
Yeah, obviously we have players out, staff, trainers, coaches. And it's the situation that we're in. We find ourselves always in these conditions that are, that are tough. You're in these airports that obviously in the summer are crowded, people going on vacation. Not only that, we go to Vegas tomorrow. There's thousands of people in the casino. You just have to be as safe as possible with the conditions the way they are. I mean, it's unfortunate that, we have to travel this way because it really does take a toll on you physically, and now your health is at risk for you and your family. It's a shame that, we're still talking about this 25 years later when there's big pockets out there that can change this thing. But, we're just women.
And you were really into shots tonight. What was different today?
Well, just trying to fill a gap. Sky's not here. It's that's a big piece for our offense. Just trying to, just show up and be more aggressive, knowing that, we weren't going to have her, on both sides of the ball. But also just trying to get myself going in general. I haven't really had a game where I felt that good, in a really long time. So, it was a relief for me, just, despite the loss, to feel myself get to the rim and absorbing contact like that. That's something that I haven't done in a while.
Do you feel like this game is a building block for you guys as you kind of go in the direction and learn from your mistakes and then go?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to learn how to navigate all these situations. And you could use it as a stumbling step or a building block. And today we got better, just sucked. It came in an L.
Diamond, I asked Diamond this pregame,
Mhm.
you could describe yourself in one word. She said magic. I'd like to know what your word is, but how would you describe yourself?
Mine's probably a kind-hearted asshole. But can't we use a little hyphens? Just so they all kind of.
Diana, what did you learn in playing the Aces the first two times that is going to help this
Mhm.
win on Saturday?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know they're really good. It's a really talented team. They spread you out.
Minnesota tonight.
They lost tonight?
No, they barely beat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's all matchups, right? And they're playing really high level basketball really early in the season. They're playing with that hunger of a team that, probably thought they should have been in the finals. Had a great regular season. So, they're just a really good team. I think we can use those two games and go into the game on Saturday with some confidence of things that we can do really well.
Diana and Diamond, I wanted to get your opinions on the women's national team agreeing to that deal that they'll get equal pay. And what are your thoughts on that issue? And what are your thoughts on the WNBA possibly reaching that level someday?
I mean, it's about time. That's a really big win for just women's sports and women in general. To see how long and how persistent that team was, that group was, and fighting for that. It's encouraging. It's inspiring. Because there was a lot of pushback, I'm sure. There were moments where they could have just gave up. But that's a resilient group. And to see the deal come into play, right, is just a rising tide raises all ships, right? So hopefully we can see more change, throughout all women's sports moving forward.
I think Diamond said it all. Thank you, guys.
Is that something, does that level of energy, is that something that you guys want to carry going into that 4 game day trip?
I mean, we always want to play hard. It got a little chippy. It's part of the game. There's players have history, long-standing history. And I mean, I want our players to stand up for themselves. If people are pushing them around, I want them to stand up for themselves. So, yeah.
Obviously, without the main facilitator tonight, what did you make of the offense?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't shoot a great percentage. They obviously hit a lot of tough shots. I mean, they hit some really tough shots. I thought Enrique played really well tonight in terms of her shots for volume. And yeah, I mean, I think in places we're getting there. We got to make shots. We got to make shots.
What changed in the third quarter, the first half, you dominated the paint.
Mhm.
Third quarter, you seemed to go away from it a little bit.
I'm not sure. I will have to watch it again, Annie, to be sure on that. But you know, I thought we were mixing in good paint touches. The shots weren't going down a little bit. They obviously changed up their schemes a little bit to limit that more. So that maybe the first team we see that didn't send the double. So that maybe was a little bit more adjustment for us. And yeah, I mean, deep paint touches are great. And you know, just definitely with Skylar out and the size of this team, our rotations were a little bit different and a little challenging tonight.
How much about that with Skylar being out, how much big difference did that make between and then do you think you'll have her back Saturday?
Yeah, we'll have her back when she's feeling better. So, you know, her being healthy is top priority here. You know, of course, Skylar's a very intense and aggressive on-ball defender and would have helped us tonight for sure. But that's the players we had tonight. That's game to game, that we have different people in and out. So definitely hope to have her back on Saturday.
Not for the lineup, Diamond Shield obviously stepping up in that heightened role.
Yeah.
What did you see out of first night that you liked?
Yeah, I mean, Diamond has a real ability to get to the rim that we haven't really seen a lot. So it's very dynamic, and her teammates are seeing that, and she's finding her spaces and learning how to play with her as she attacks. You know, as a player, you get comfortable with the moves and strengths of your teammates, and you start to learn how to play off of those things. But we're still really early in the process of having Diamond playing with some of our returning players, and then we add Tina into that too. So finding that balance and finding where people are. It's like a good example is Breezy. You know, I think all the returners know how to throw it to Breezy at the rim and how to get it. We're finding that kind of that balance right now. We're working on that.
Offensively, Worley changed the first half,
Mhm.
second half, just got to get in, you know, it's 2 or 3
Yeah.
times, and they would make a shot and just get it with the 3, then they would bring it back to 7. Just, can you just speak a little bit about that? Just speak a little bit. I'm just trying to-
Yeah, I mean, we just kept saying on the bench, the coaches, we just kept saying, we just got to get a stop. Like, we just got to stop. We just needed like 2 stops in a row. And we just were not, they just kept hitting tough shots as we were trying to get these 2 stops. We just were never able to string together. But like a lot of times what you want is 3 stops in a row. That's really when you're playing good defense, is when you get 3 stops in a row. But we couldn't string them together today.
So what changes do you think you're gonna make going into the next game to maybe?
Well, you know, this will be our 3rd time playing Vegas. Thanks Commissioner's Cup, strange scheduling. Thanks WNBA. It's so weird. Like here what is happening? Why am I the first 6 games 3 against Vegas? But so there'll be, you know, adjustments based on those teams and what we've done, right? So that's a little bit different than any other game we're going into, that we've already played them twice. So there'll be specific adjustments for Vegas, and things that they were trying to do against us and we're trying to do against them.
Rocky, 31 points, 35 blocks, at 30.
Mhm.
What can you say just about seeing how that kind of doing?
Well, it's great, but you know, if a couple more fouls were called, she'd have scored her age, you know, like, and that would have been like bingo, right? So I thought she got hit a ton. I thought she was doing a great job attacking the rim, and that we haven't seen her doing that this season, and she was getting in there. I feel like she's falling through and getting hit on her shot. There's a lot of stuff there. But yeah, I think she should have scored her age. And she was great. She was great.
She didn't seem quite right after she took that hard hit on the right block.
Yeah, that was it looked to me like a good block, but when she landed, I think she stepped on her foot. And so that actually, I'm sure, affected Shay. Shay's so tough, and with our rotation, you know, she had to play heavy minutes for us tonight. and just really did a great job. But yeah, I think anytime you get hit, that was before, like right before the half, and it was a good hit. So, yeah.
I think for us at the table was the turnover.
Mhm.
Really affected us big time.
Yeah.
What was the driving force behind that?
y- I think we didn't take as many risks in transition. Maybe we didn't get out in transition as much as I thought we could have got out in transition more. That's where we had a couple of turnovers in previous games. But there is an emphasis that we want to get a shot on every possession. So taking care of the ball, I thought our primary ball handlers did a great job of that. Having the ball in their hands for the whole game, and, having Diana and Shay. Diana had no turnovers, or one turnover, and Shay had one turnover. I mean, that's really great for those two carried the ball the whole game and only had those two turnovers. So really fantastic effort by them, and 4 and 5 assists, which is really great. 4 to 1 assist to turnover ratio, which is fantastic. So that's a great play from our guards, and just good decision making.
Charles coming up perimeter
Mhm.
versus the approach. There were a few times where she got the approach, they got next to her, and she scored it.
Yeah.
So you feel like
Yeah, we want to get her some deeper touches. I think especially without them doubling, and she is a potent scorer from the perimeter today. She didn't hit her threes today, but any of those go in, and the game would be different. Would have been very different. But I think there is a balance of her game. That's the growth of her game, is that it is inside out, and so we definitely want to capitalize on both parts of that. All right, thanks, y'all. Oh, thank you. A long trip.